Welcome to the spoken tutorial on creating a Java web project. In this tutorial, we will learn to create a Java web project, about deployment descriptor, about web.xml file. Here we are using Ubuntu version 12.04, NetBeans IDE 7.3, JDK 1.7, Firefox web browser 21.0. You can use any web browser of your choice. To follow this tutorial, you must have knowledge of core Java using NetBeans IDE and HTML. If not, for relevant tutorials, please visit our website. Now, let us see how to create a simple Java web project using NetBeans IDE. For this, we will switch to NetBeans IDE. On the top left corner of the IDE, click on File and click on New Project. A new project window opens up. From the categories, choose Java Web, and from the projects, choose Web Application. Then click on Next. On the next window that opens, type the project name as My First Project. Leave the project location and project folder as it is. Then click on Next. Select Glassfish Server as the server. Note that the context path here is My First Project. This is the same name as our project. We will learn about this in detail. Now click on Next and then click on Finish. Click on the Projects tab. We can see there are several nodes here and a web application named My First Project has been created. Now we are not concerned about all of these nodes right now, but let me click and show you what each contains. Now let us learn about what is known as deployment descriptor. A web application's deployment descriptor describes the classes, resources, and configuration of the application and how the web server uses them to serve web requests. The web server receives a request for the application. It uses deployment descriptor to map the URL of the request. It maps the URL to the code that has to handle the request. The deployment descriptor is a file named web.xml. Now let us come back to the IDE. We are not able to find the web.xml file from the nodes available here. To locate it, at the top left of the IDE, click on File and then click on New File. From the categories, choose Web, and from the file types, choose Standard Deployment Descriptor web.xml. Then click on Next and click on Finish. Click on the Files tab on the left hand side of the IDE. Note that web.xml is visible under web.inf folder of the web node. We can see the source code now. We have an XML header here. We also have a web app node. Now we shall try running the application. To do so, right click on My First Project. Click on Clean and Build. This is to delete any previously compiled files and other build outputs. It will also recompile the application. Again, right click on My First Project and then click on Run. So the server is up and running and it has deployed My First Project. A browser window opens up and displays Hello World. This is because when we run the project, the web application renders the page shown. Now let us have a look at the URL here that rendered the page. It is localhost:8080/myfirstproject. So when we run My First Project, by default we get a JSP page that says Hello World. Now let us come back to the IDE. We can see that under web INF folder, there is index.jsp. Double click on index.jsp. We can see the source code here. It is a simple JSP page with HTML tags only. It has the title JSP page and it has the heading Hello World. The server provides index.jsp by default when we run the web application. Recall that we had come across something called context path earlier. We had set the context path as my first project itself. Now come back to the browser. Type the URL as localhost:8080 and press enter. We see the home page of Glassfish server is displayed. Here 8080 is the default port at which the server runs on the machine. This Glassfish server instance may have many applications running on it. To access a particular application, type that application name in the URL. So we must type the specific application that has been deployed on that instance. So we will type /my_first_project and press enter. So we see Hello World displayed. Let us summarize. In this tutorial we have learned to create a simple Java web project, execute the web project, and about web.xml file. To know more about the spoken tutorial project, watch the video available at the following link. It summarizes the spoken tutorial project. If you do not have good bandwidth, you can download and watch it. The Spoken Tutorial project team conducts workshops using spoken tutorials, gives certificates to those who pass an online test. For more details, please write to contact@spoken-tutorial.org. Spoken Tutorial project is a part of Talk to a Teacher project. It is supported by the National Mission on Education through ICT MHRD Government of India. More information on this mission is available at spoken-tutorial.org/nmeict-intro. The library management system has been contributed by a leading software MNC through their corporate social responsibility program. They have also validated the content for the spoken tutorial. This is Arya Ratish from IIT Bombay signing off. Thank you for joining.